Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Check it out. If you've logged into the game, you would see that we are now officially in Season 2 of the Abyssal era, which means we have a brand new Conjuring event, we have brand new monsters. So, I do have 400 tickets. We're going to spend them now. Hopefully I get lucky on day 1, or I guess day 2 now. But let's take a look at who's actually available. So, oddly enough, we don't even have the main monster. Oh, I was going to say it's alphabetically. For some reason, Theton Tideborn is not at the very top, but he is the chase card or chase monster. He's the one you want to go for. Water magic controller with cooldown activation and random control skills. Ooh, that gives me Liran vibes. CDA random control skills. He looks very, very cool. Man, hopefully I can get him this time around. The main ancestral monster. Hopefully I get a chance to review him as well. He's magic and he's water. So he's the chase, right? He's the main guy. There's a 2.2% chance to get 20 cells. There is a 0.5, that is less than 1%. That's half than a percent to get him holistically. And then we have Weosule. Sir Weasel. I remember him being an extra turner. Metal Thunder attacker with extra turn and remove evasion skills. And then you have King Darren II. So we'll go over the monsters. We'll take a look at their skill sheet, see who's good, not good. Man, he literally looks like he's holding, I think that's a wine glass, but like an essence. That could have been a revival essence on this monster. I love the three monsters. I think they have really cool designs. Check this out. If you scroll down though, look, we have the Season 1 Conjuring monsters, Griffania. So there is still a chance, there's still hope to get Griffania. So for those of you that missed out on her this season, this might be the chance. So I'm definitely going to be trying during any event that gives the tickets. I think there was one event where I was like, whatever. Oh, the race. I think the race is a good opportunity to get tickets. My team didn't race. We did like 20 laps. If you participate in the race and do a lot of laps, that's another good opportunity. So that and the bounty hunt. Hopefully the race monster is good. Otherwise, it's not worth it. But yeah, you scroll down, you can see all the monsters. What I'm hoping happens is that if we scroll, as you can see, there's a lot of monsters. What I'm hoping happens is that every single season, the old monsters become available, and maybe the percentages keep decreasing, maybe they increase. So like Season 3, you push it down and then you're able to get Griffania, you're able to get Theton Tideborn. I think that would make a lot of sense. I also think that eventually SP is going to have to release. Yeah, see, the fact that you can sort by ancestor, I'm almost confident saying like for every single month here on after, these monsters will be available and the percentages will just keep changing. I think it's dumb that there is no way to rank them up other than the Conjuring events, because basically that means the monsters won't be usable to their full potential. Like, there's going to be one player that invests a lot of money in the game that has the monsters at rank 5, but everyone else can't use them. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's like the Walking Dead monsters. What's the point of releasing monsters that only one person is going to be able to utilize? It makes no sense. So, aside from SP keeping the monsters here, I think, one, they should keep the monsters here. They should increase their percentages to actually get them. And they should make a dungeon so that players who do have the monster can rank them up. Otherwise, what's the point of having a level 100 monster? It makes no sense. You're not going to be able to utilize the monster. So that's my hope. That's my belief. We'll see how the game shapes up, because I feel like there's been a lot of changes to the game. I mean, if you take a look, the Golden Legends Pass now, when you buy the Golden Legends Pass, there is no longer a $50 pass where you get an additional monster, which is great because it never made sense that there was a $50 monster that most of the time wasn't even that great, let's be honest. So now the fact that you pay $20, you get the main monster, that's cool on my book. And then there's that free-to-play monster. Well, now SP put the free-to-play monster in the maze. Okay, that's interesting. Before it used to be its own monster, but now that free-to-play monster's there. So now you can get it just by doing the events in the Legends Pass. Now you can just play out the maze. This maze, by the way, also has a ton of tickets, so definitely worth going as far as possible. I wonder how much it costs to go all the way to the end. From my understanding, you don't actually, if you're just free to play and you just move throughout the maze, you definitely don't make it to the end. So I wonder how costly it is. It's like, in a way, SP is really trying to promote the Conjuring events, but the Conjuring event is just not that great of a thing. But with that being said, let's go ahead and see what we get. So I also mentioned, if you don't use any of your tickets, they will convert to the regular tickets. So I think I was left over with like 40 summoning tickets. And when I logged in yesterday, I just got 40 of the regular tickets. So there's that. Alright, but let's go back. You know what would be cool? If even in this, they put like a 0.001% chance to get the monsters, like the ancestral monsters, in the regular basic one. That'd be kind of cool too. But with that being said, let's go ahead and do our 5 summoning. Are you ready? Let's click on this. Come on, Pandoff, give me something good. Give me something good. What are you gonna give me? I got nothing. Nothing good. Double Inquisitor Fullmans, a full one and 20 cells, 40 cells. Algada, Lum the Magical. Again, there was a time when these were actually like awesome. Hydrotilla Icebringer, but not what I wanted. Well, I tried. Now let's review the monsters. Okay, so we'll start with Sir Weasel. Life, 337k. Power, 14,784. Speed, 10,505. Hardened, immune to Sun, South Stamina region at rank 3. Double Sword Relics. Moderate thunder damage to an enemy, removes evasion after attacking, makes no sense. Deals moderate metal damage, applies bleed to all enemies. That's pretty cool. A 40 damage, spammable, assuming you have 30 stamina, and it's reapplying bleed to enemy monsters. I like that. Small like Sewer, deals low thunder damage to all enemies, applies guard down. Throwing daggers, low metal damage to all enemies, applies bleed. Yeah, not a fan of the tier 1 skills. I mean, Elegant and Dangerous, significantly better, I would say. We have deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies, removes evasion. Again, I don't like that you're attacking first, then removing evasion. Imagine you battle Elvira or Maggie. Wouldn't it be better to remove evasion first, then deal thunder damage, then your double sword relics kick in? Man. Righteous Blades deals moderate thunder damage to one enemy, removes evasion from one enemy, gives 1 extra turn to itself. So this one, I'm okay with because it's an extra turn skill. So yes, you're not going to deal damage, but the evasion will get removed. You do an extra turn, and then you can follow up with an attack. But for ET skill, that's 35 damage, 3 turn cooldown. You have Slippery Spin, deals heavy metal damage to one enemy, applies bleed, and gives an extra turn. So that's 45 damage ET skill on a 3 turn cooldown. And then we have Sir C Guards, deals moderate thunder damage to an enemy, guard down, gives 1 extra turn. Very cool. So if you add up these 3 extra turn skills, you have 40 and 45, that's 85 and 35. That's 130 damage in one attack. You just need the stamina for it. How much stamina do you need? 38 and 42, that's 80, 80 and 46, that's 126. So you have 126 stamina, you can dish out 130 in damage. Whoo, man. And keep in mind, you have another turn, so then you follow up with whatever you want. You follow up with an AoE, you follow up with a single. Heck, if you want, you damage one enemy with Slippery Spin, you damage another monster with C says Gardus, and they have the guard down, so then you can do an AoE, the AoE lands. Like, there's a lot of opportunities with this monster. I like him, I think he's very strong. Heavy thunder damage, removes positive effects from enemies, applies bleed and shock. Ultimate is pretty good as well. But yeah, I mean, as a extra turner attacker, he's pretty darn good, I would say. And let's take a look at King Darren. So King Darren, look at that difference in power. 14,784 to 14,190. King Darren is faster by like 300 points, and life, he's a bit tankier. Immune to Possessed, immune to Sudden Death, and self-torture immunity. That's what makes this monster very, very usable in the current meta with 7 sins and relics and monsters random torture effects at the start of the battle and beasts. Torture immunity, super nice. Let's see what he does. Moderate light damage, guard down, repentance to an enemy, low light damage, repentance, removes tortures from allies. Thank you, Darren. Removes tortures from all allies, and again, he's really fast, so you can just have him go and remove those tortures. Deals moderate light damage, applies guard down and repentance. Deals low metal damage to an enemy, guard down, metal weakness to an enemy, gives an extra turn to itself. Oh, he's packing a bunch too. He's like, let me make you weak to metal attacks, and let me do something else. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies, applies light weakness, applies a random elemental weakness to all enemies twice. Ooh, very cool. And then Fellow Favor gives 1 extra turn to an ally. He's a turn transfer monster, dude. Removes tortures. He's a turn transfer that removes tortures. Okay, this monster, King Darren, you could, again, the bad thing is you can't rank them up, but King Darren, you could 3-speed him. He's gonna go first in the game. You can turn transfer. He himself at rank 3, he's immune to torture, so it doesn't matter what the enemy started the game off with all the dots against you. Your tortures are gone. You can make the enemy weak to metal attacks and then turn transfer into a metal attacker. You're the fastest monster in the game probably at 3 speed. You can turn transfer into whoever you want. It's crazy. You could, ignoring the metal decree, you simply turn transfer into a Serpentex 3 strength, into a Cherub Cupid 3 strength, and they just dominate. I mean, just the fact that he's a super fast turn transfer monster makes him usable. Heavy is the crown, removes positive effects. Heavy light damage disables traits and Mega Stun. Great ultimate as well. I mean, just the fact that he turn transfers is honestly great. That's the main thing. Ignore the turn challenge skill. I would not use the monster. Like, sure, he can metal weakness, extra turn, okay. Yeah, you can light weakness and 2 other weaknesses, okay. Setup skills. If you're facing Mega Taunt, that's not useful. If you're facing Taunt Dodge Area, that's not useful. But the turn transferring monster is what makes this monster usable. And the fact that he can cleanse torches. I wish he could cleanse everything, because now you still got to deal with blind days and all that stuff. But hey, I'll take it. And then you have the main monster, Theton Tideborn. Great name, great looking monster design. Keep in mind, these guys have the virtues. So after like 5 conditions, they will keep those virtues until you use the ults. Life 484k, power 19. Oh, Sir Weasel's crying now. That's a 5,000 difference. Speed 12,320. He has Bulwark. He blocks Resurrection, area life regen at rank 5. Okay, all revival monsters are dead. Again, no one's really gonna get him ranked up though, but in the normal world they'd be dead. And then imagine having anticipation. Once that virtue activates, you're never using that ult. You're keeping anticipation that cannot be cleansed, cannot be removed, no more extra turns for the enemy. Whew. So yeah, Uriel's completely dead if you battle against this rank 3 monster. Bulwark, hard to land stuff on him. Okay, let's see. Deals low water damage, applies freeze, applies stun. So he can freeze, he can stun, spammable, only costs 30 stamina. Low magic damage, applies possession, freeze, stun, and possession. That has a 1 turn cooldown. He can also do fear. Okay, does he have every single denial? Heals allies by 30 and life regen. Okay. Low magic damage, random control status effect to all enemies. Abyssal stream deals moderate water damage, removes evasion, disables anticipation on one enemy. So remove evasion and then anticipation. So this is useful on a Elvira Galvanist setup. Elvira, obviously, whole team has evasion. Galvanist has anticipation. Remove the evasion by anticipation. I mean, to be fair, he'll remove negative effects and then he has his anticipation back. But that's how it would work. Low magic damage activates cooldowns on all enemies. And then we get into the tier 4 skills, which most of us will never ever use because we can't take this monster ranked up because it's so hard to get cells for the monster. Alright, Abyss Torrents. Deals moderate water damage to all enemies, removes evasion from all enemies, applies fears to all enemies. So again, against an Elvira team, you would be able to cleanse the evasion and fear everyone. Infinite Pearls deals moderate magic damage to one enemy, applies a random mega control status effect to one enemy, and then a random control. Yep, there's that Darren-like skill. So this is obviously useful because even if you're facing a dodge area monster, you can target the dodge area monster. In this case, like what, Frostilka. You can target Frostilka, and after that, even the whole enemy team gets hit with a control skill. But this also why Frostilka is like that anti-control, right? Monsters are always trying to counter each other, but I mean, Theton is too fast and crazy. Heals allies by 50%, life regen and stamina regen. Oh my god, that is such a way better skill than Calm Sea. Yeah, it heals by 30 and gives life regen. This skill's like, nah, you hit by 50, you get life and stamina regen. Also, this costs no stamina, so instead of recharging, I'll just buff my team. Man. Eternal Aquamarine deals moderate magic damage to an enemy, disables anticipation, activates cooldowns on all enemies. I mean, goes without saying, he's crazy fast. He's a denier. Again, historically, we haven't been a huge fan of deniers, but maybe in this Abyssal era, with SP kind of redoing things and no more doing like trade disable. Now it's remove evasion. Now it's disables anticipation. Yeah, no more like full cleanse. Now it's I mentioned this one, removes evasion. It might be relevant, but again, who's actually gonna get him and rank him up? I don't know. That remains to be seen. So we'll see. We'll see. Trait wise, like blocking resurrection, all the denial. Again, when you look at it, like you have a super fast monster. You can 3-speed this monster. He's gonna go twice before some of your monsters go even once. You can deny. You can deny again. You can keep denying. You can control deny. You can stun a monster one turn, freeze a monster the next turn, possess a monster the next turn. Once you get that virtue activated, True Vision, you're also not missing. You're landing every single deny you want. So, and then you have like a fear deny that can deny a monster for up to 3 turns if you get lucky. So maybe you fear one monster, they get denied again. You don't need to go and stun or freeze or possess that monster. You go and stun, freeze, possess someone else. So you activate cooldowns that can shut down a monster for a long time. So, this Conjuring set of monsters are pretty darn good. Hopefully you guys are lucky you can pick some up. I really think SP needs to make a way that you can get cells for the ancestral monsters and for the regular Abyss Mythic monsters. But we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed this video analyzing the 3 monsters. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.